effects of implementing a risk mitigation strategy. You implement those controls. You're going through the safeguards, you're going to affect the annual rate of occurrence, how many times it happens. So it's going to happen less. Through the countermeasures, you're going to affect the exposure factor. So the percent damage that's done in a single occurrence is less. So over the course of a year, your annual rate of occurrence, by reducing the ARO and reducing the exposure factor, reduce the exposure factor, we had the asset value times the original exposure factor. Let's say that's 1,000. Asset value times the new exposure factor is 500. We cut the amount of risk in a single loss. Now, if we reduce the ARO as well, instead of happening 3 times a year, it only happens once a year. We look at our original numbers where our SLE was 1,000, our ARO was 3. We got $3,000 worth of damage. We look at our new numbers where we reduced the SLE to 500 and reduced our ARO to 1, we're only going to suffer $500 worth of damage, so a savings of $2,500 in loss. Now we compare that to the cost of the countermeasure and safeguard and determine if it's fiscally prudent. So we're going to reduce the impact of individual incidents by countermeasures to reduce the exposure factor. We're going to reduce the number of incidents impacting the organization by reducing the ARO through safeguards. It results in a reduction in the number of vulnerabilities, meaning less to be hit, reduction in the ARO, and when they do get hit, there's going to be smaller, less damage done, reduction in the exposure factor. So that gives us an increase in confidence that the goals of confidentiality, integrity, and availability will be met. Less chance of being hit, less chance of having your data breached and released, less chance of having it altered, and your data will be available to you because a denial of service attack is going to be less likely to succeed.